In the glittering world of Hollywood, where fame can lift you higher than the clouds and destroy you faster than lightning, few stories are as shocking and as inspiring as the story of Robert Downey Jr. Today, the world knows him as Iron Man, the charming billionaire superhero who helped build the Marvel Universe. But before the fame, before the record-breaking movies, before the comeback, Robert Downey Jr. was a man drowning in chaos. Born into a family of artists, Robert was on movie sets before he could talk. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was a filmmaker with a wild lifestyle, and Robert grew up right in the middle of it. By the time he was 6 years old, he had already tasted the dark side of Hollywood. Literally. His father introduced him to substances he was far too young to understand. Robert would later say, "It was like I inherited an addiction." As he grew older, Hollywood fell in love with his talent. Robert was handsome, brilliant, and gifted. He became the rising star of the 80s and 90s. But behind the charm, behind the awards, behind the red carpets, he was fighting demons no one could see. He would arrive late to sets, disappear for days, lose control, get arrested again and again. Producers stopped hiring him. Studios labeled him a risk. His relationships fell apart. His body was failing. Finally, it all came crashing down one night when he was found walking barefoot, confused, and holding an unloaded gun. Robert Downey Jr., once Hollywood's golden boy, was sentenced to prison. Most people thought that was the end. End of his career. End of his future. End of his name. But sometimes, rock bottom becomes the turning point. In prison, Robert had no fame. No cameras. No applause. Just silence. And the truth. He told himself, "This is not who I am. This is not how my story ends." When he was released, he tried rebuilding his life, slowly, painfully, one day at a time. He went to rehab. He cut off old friends. He rebuilt broken relationships. He fought addiction like a man fighting for his life. Hollywood didn't trust him yet. But he kept showing up anyway. Then came a role that would change everything. Marvel Studios wanted to create a new superhero movie, Iron Man. But no studio wanted Robert Downey Jr. because they thought he would ruin the film. Director Jon Favreau, however, believed in him. He said, "The man who has lived through hell and survived it, that is Tony Stark." Robert auditioned. And in minutes, everyone knew. He was Iron Man. The movie released in 2008 and became a global phenomenon. Robert's comeback wasn't just a success, it was legendary. He went from being unemployable to becoming the face of the most successful movie franchise in history. He earned millions. He rebuilt his reputation. He became a symbol of redemption. People around the world saw him not just as a superhero on screen, but as a man who saved himself in real life. Today, Robert Downey Jr. is one of Hollywood's most beloved icons. Not because he never fell, but because he rose higher than anyone expected. His story is proof that no matter how dark life gets, you can rewrite your story. You can rise again. You can become your own hero. This is the incredible true story of Robert Downey Jr., the man who became Iron Man on screen and in life.